Court call State of Texas versus Attilo Caldera. This is cause number 2024 CC 739256. We're here today for a plea. We also have a court interpreter, Arlene Abrams. I just swore her in on another case, and ma'am, will remind you that you're still under oath as far as your interpretation services for us today. We're here again for a plea. We're conducting the hearing using the Zoom application. We're also using YouTube to live stream the proceedings so that it's open to the public. My name is Judge Jefferson Moore. I'm sitting by assignment in the Bexar County Jail Court. And if I could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the state of Texas, please.
Nia Carranza for the state.
Isidro Montoya, Your Honor, attorney for Mr. Caldera.
Sir, are you the same Attilo Caldera charged by information with criminal trespass? Is that you, sir? I'm going to use a function of Zoom called share screen. I'm going to show you some documents. The first one is the defendant's consent to plea by video conference, and I'm using my electronic cursor to circle an electronic signature on this document. Is this yours?
Sí, lo firmé.
By signing this, you're telling me two things. One, that you understand normally we do pleas live and in open court, but that you're consenting to do this plea by video conference. Did you understand that before you sign this?
Sí, me entiendo.
Secondly, your electronic signature here, as well as all the electronic signatures in the plea packet in front of me today, you're telling me that those are valid as if you personally signed those documents. Did you understand that before you signed this?
Sí, lo entiendo.
Then this document, as well as all the documents in the plea packet in front of me today, are in English. Did anyone go over these with you in Spanish?
Sí, señora.
I approve the waiver that, or I approve the consent to plea by video conference, and I make that a part of the record. Sir, I'm scrolling to another document. It's called the Court's Admonishments, 2 pages. Are you familiar with this document?
Sí.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Sí, señora. Sí, lo revisé.
Did you understand it?
Y él me explicó.
On page 2 is electronic signature. I'm using the cursor to circle around. Is this your electronic signature?
Sí.
I'm going to get out of share screen. By signing the court's admonishments, you are telling me that you understand the court's admonishments and that you understand the rights that are contained within it. Is that true?
Sí, señora.
And that you're going to give up those rights. Is that true?
Renunciar. Señor.
The rights you're going to give up is the right to a trial by jury. You have a right to confront the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent, which includes the right not to incriminate yourself and not plead today. Did you understand that before you signed this?
Entendí.
By signing this, you're also telling me you understand the consequences of a plea and the sentencing range for the offense, which is anywhere up to a $2,000 fine and up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand that before you signed this?
Sí, señora, entendí.
I approve the waivers that are contained within the court's admonishments. I make them a part of the record. State, can you recite the plea bargain for me, please?
$0 fine, court costs, 38 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and we ask that this judgment be satisfied.
Mr. Montoya, is that your understanding of the plea bargain?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
And Mr. Caldera, is that your understanding of the plea bargain as well?
Sí, señor, entendí.
Sir, I'm not bound by the plea bargain. I don't have to follow it. Do you understand that?
No, señor.
But if I do follow the plea bargain, you lose your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Sí, lo entiendo.
And that's true unless I grant you permission to appeal or unless certain motions are filed and ruled upon. Do you understand that?
Sí, lo entiendo.
Counsel, were there any such rulings in this case?
No, Your Honor.
If I do not follow the plea bargain, I will allow you to withdraw the plea and will proceed to trial as if this hearing never occurred. Do you understand that?
Sí, lo entiendo. Sí.
I'll note that I'm scrolling through. I also see that we have the court's admonishments in Spanish for Mr. Caldera as well. I'm signing that as well to include the Spanish certificate of appeal as well. Sir, are you a citizen of the United States?
No, señor.
I have some questions for your attorney. I'd like for you to listen to the answers, and then I'll have some questions for you about this as well. Counsel, did you advise the defendant of the consequences of pleading no contest or guilty in the application of federal immigration law?
Yes, Your Honor, I did, and he understands the consequences.
And did that advice include the possible consequences such as deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, or the denial of naturalization?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Do you believe your client understands the immigration consequences of a plea?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe that your client is entering this plea intelligently, knowingly, and voluntarily?
He is, Your Honor.
Mr. Caldera, did you hear the answers that your attorney gave me?
Sí, señora.
Do you affirm that your attorney advised you of the immigration consequences of a plea?
Sí, señora.
Did you understand that advice?
Señora.
Are you entering your plea intelligently, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Sí, señora.
Is this because your upcoming plea is the truth?
Bueno, yo no me opongo.
Well, we'll get to the no contest part, but that's okay. And do you think that your plea bargain is fair and acceptable to you?
Sí, señora. Sí, lo sé.
And do you understand that deportation, exclusion from the admission to the United States, or the denial of naturalization under federal law is a likely outcome of this plea?
Entiendo.
Counsel, do you believe that your client has a factual, rational understanding of the charge pending against him?
Yes, he does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's been able to assist you in the defense?
Yes, he has, Your Honor.
Do you believe that he's mentally competent to waive rights and enter a plea here today?
Yes, Your Honor, he does.
Sir, to the offenses listed on your information, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Me opongo.
Do you understand that you still can be found guilty under a no contest plea?
Sí, señor.
Other than the plea bargain, did anyone promise you anything in exchange for your plea today?
No, señora.
Did anyone force you or coerce you to plead today?
No, 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 señora.
After going over this case with your attorney, do you believe that pleading here today is in your best interest?
Sí, señora.
I find that the plea is freely, intelligently, and voluntarily made, that you're mentally competent to enter into such a plea, and I find you guilty, sir. Counsel, is there any legal reason as to why your client cannot be sentenced today?
No, Your Honor.
Being no legal reason, according to the agreement with the state, sir, I sentence you to 38 days in the Bexar County Jail. I'll give you credit for time served. There is a $0 fine and court costs. The time and the money will run concurrent, and this is judgment satisfied. Sir, this is a plea bargain case. I followed the plea bargain, so you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You do not have the right to appeal. I'm making a certification of this for the record. We'll provide a copy of the certification to your attorney to provide to you. Before I get to that, state and defense, can you tell me the status of the discovery in this case?
We signed the discovery acknowledgement, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Other than that, is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from
the state.
defense.
All right, I'll take that. The matter is now concluded. Thank you, Mr. Caldera, and we're turning off
Okay,
YouTube
gracias.
Live.